everybody, today we're going to be looking at the use of some pedal tones on the banjo, how to work that into some of our boogie woogie style playing. You can find transcriptions for these in the banjo newsletter or on my website. Info on that is below. And that first example we played was the song Qualified by Dr. John. So we're going to work our way up to that through a couple of examples, looking at some simpler pedal tones. Basically, what I'm talking about with pedal tones is the use of a constant note somewhere in the chord while there's some movement around it. So it's sort of contrasting this steady note being played while the rest of the chord is moving. So first example we'll look at, we're going to be working on an E flat up on the 13th fret here. So we're going to pedal, or just sort of keep playing that E flat on the low root on the 4th string while we'll outline some movement above it like this. So in this case, we're doing some single string work down on that 4th string, while above it we're outlining an E flat, A flat, the 4 chord, an E flat 7, and back down to the A flat. And that's all just happening on the 2nd and 3rd strings. We could also pedal that E flat up on the 1st string. So get the root note on top of the chord. Do a little bit of a different pattern here. You notice when I'm doing that, instead of just really pinching those top 2 strings at the same time, I'm staggering them a little bit, so it really evokes that kind of piano inflection that a blues piano player would get out of their playing. So. And both of those exercises, you can move them anywhere on the fretboard, so you can make nice little blues patterns out of them, get the full 1-4-5 passages. So. Next up, let's keep that root note, pedaling the root note on top of the chord on the 1st string. We're going to do a descending pattern. So starting in the root position, the E flat, keep that root on top, move the 2nd and 3rd strings down half a step. Now I'm going to jump to the 3rd and 4th strings, but still keep that E flat on the 1st string, and resolve it down to the root. And I could just do that movement all down on the 2nd and 3rd strings, sort of chromatic up until you get to that last chord to resolve it. But what happens if I'm further down on the neck, say I'm playing an A flat, once I start getting down here, it gets to be a pretty gnarly stretch. So that's why jumping to the 3rd and 4th string allows you to really stay pretty anchored in one position. That also ties in nicely to the Count Basie ending, which is a real cool way to end the song. Very common in jazz. The great band leader and composer Count Basie would do this a lot, so it's named after him. It's a resolution that ends up on an E flat 6 chord. But it puts that 6 down in the bottom. Oops. So we can take all that whole descending idea, and that's going to form the basis for playing Qualified, which is what we open this all with. So to jump into that, still working out of that E flat position on the 13th fret, we're going to do a forward roll on the 4th, 3rd, and 2nd strings, and to grab the top note of the chord, the root, we're actually going to do it on the 5th string, so that we'll do it with our thumb, so we can play it a little more fluidly. And then it's really where we're going to outline it as an E flat 7 chord on those first 2 strings. of pinch those with our index and middle fingers. So that basic pattern we've got. Do that a few times. Once you're comfortable with that, we're actually going to go through all the chord movement with that descending E flat to E flat diminished to the B flat and the resolution and so on. So we'll get this. Now we're going to keep it going and do that roll down on the 4th, 3rd, and 2nd strings. E flat diminished. Now we're going to be on our B flat chord, the 5 chord. Do a little hammer on. And now resolve to our E flat all the way down here. And walk it up. And a little descending lick. Now we're going to go into the groove for the verse. This is kind of based on a lot of James Booker's playing. And that's really just based around the same movement, but starting out of this root position. So E flat diminished, B flat, back to the E flat. So you hear that E flat is being pedaled throughout all the movement. And next we could take that same passage and move it up the octave. So we end up back on that 13th fret root position. So a little single string up on the first 2 strings there. Grab the E flat diminished up here. And this time I'm actually doing a pull off to keep getting that E flat note as the pedal tone. So we've got. So that's qualified by Dr. John. Hope you dig it, and we'll see you next time.